Good evening, everyone, and we welcome you for today's ISTD Friday forum. We today's topic is projection without objection, and we have speaker Dr. Amita Madam, working with GH Patel Engineering College, CVM University, Vallabh Vidyanagar. Over to you, Madam, for the further process.
Okay, thank you, sir. I hope I'm audible to all of you.
Yes, madam. Yes, please.
Okay, fine. Thank you. Very happy good evening to all of you present over here on this virtual platform. I'm going to share my views on projection without objection. So let's move. Sir, will you please go through third slide? Next.
Yeah.
I'll come to this slide again. Okay, fine. Thank you. So now, let me tell you that what do you mean by the word projection? And I want everyone kindly write down in chat that according to you, what do you mean? According to you, what does it mean? Whether it is a screening or presenting, expectation, reckoning, estimation, or prediction. What does it mean? Kindly write down in chat box, please. Okay, fine, sir. Getting what in future? Fine, thank you. Any other? Please. Prediction. Okay, Maulik. Good. Yes. Any other? Forecasting. Okay. Thank you, Harsh. It's also related to presenting and screening, isn't it? So let's embark our journey in the world of projection. Yes, sir. Go to next slide. So as some of my friends have written, projection means forecasting, prediction. So let's move to the next part. Fine. Thank you, sir. So as I'm a teacher, and it is on the other side, as a human, it is good that before uh, starting my journey, let me find out or let me have my background that will say that whether wherever I'm going, that place is appropriate or not. So as I'm going to embark my voyage on projection, I have to take care. Which kind of screen is that? That means physical screen, as we all know, that is during PowerPoint presentation, white screen is there. While watching a movie, that screen is there, that some image is projecting. So which kind of screen that I'm going to project myself or my views or my images? Here, our mindset also becomes our screen. So I have to take care which kind of that screen that am I going to project or whosoever is going to project. Whose screen is there? It's again a very important part. For example, my mother is there and she is always there to say something or guiding me for my betterment. So as per her mindset, she is going to guide me. She is going to project me. Fine. So whose screen is there through which a particular image is projecting? That has to be taken care. For which particular reason or you can say purpose that projection is possible. Is there any reason? And for that to happen, that person is aware or not. And how that overall projection is possible. Here, I think screen and image are two important luggage that will help me in this voyage of projection. Next. On the flip side of this projection, there is image also. There is a person is also. that. So let me be aware that who is going to project. So who is projecting and for whom? Who is projecting and for whom? A guide is there, a mother is there, or a teacher is there who is projecting to a students for their future progress. On the other side, boss is also there who is going to project their particular employees using their specific angle. So I have to take care who is projecting and for whom, because here I firmly believe that I cannot satisfy everyone, right? I cannot make everyone happy, but keeping all those points on one box, but I have to be very sure who is projecting for whom. It may be biased, it may be neutral. Again, it is vary from individual to individual, relation to relation, and need to need. Furthermore, I have to take care using which kind of projector that person is going to project. Which kind of projector? That means my perception or comfort zone, from where that particular project is going to used. Again, as it was in the previous slide, for which particular reason. And in that, the important part is, am I aware about the role of projection? Am I aware? That's very important. Next slide. Many of us are aware about our individual role that we have to play in our life. In uh, William Shakespeare very rightly said in one of his poems that we have to play variety of roles during our life, and he has divided life in 7 stages. Fine. So in that roles, where am I? What kind of projection I have to do? And whether am I aware in the real sense? If I'm aware about my role, I do not have any issue. That means I'm aware about upcoming challenges along with my role. If not aware, definitely I have my voice to raise on the name of objection. Even if it is also possible that though I am aware about my role in that projection, I'm going to raise my voice. I'm have variety of objections. Fine. And that objection may be genuine, may be fake, may be there for distracting up from particular uh, core point. So objection should be genuine, then it will definitely welcome by numbers of people. For example, Jhansi Ki Rani, Maharana Pratap, Shivaji Rao, Sardar Patel, Gandhiji, all these people have raised objection against freedom. They don't want those non-native Indians ruled over our country. So they raised, they showed their objection and they got success. So objection, if it is genuine, you are definitely going to welcome. Next slide, please. In the same manner, when objection is there, it is important for that person to be aware about situations which are in our control and situations which are not at all in our control. I have listened one of the speakers on this platform. That person was talking about my cup of tea. So as many of us knowingly unaware that which is my cup of tea, that means which situations are in my control. For example, I'm hungry, as in when I have my food, my that need is satisfied, so that is in my control. But those situations which are not at all in my control, and we are shouting for them, and again it leads towards the doom life, gloomy life. Fine. As we are all aware that these situations are not at all in our control and we are shouting, we want them to put in the box of controlled situation. But every time it's not possible. And it is not possible, we are raising our voice on the name of, you can say, depression, that leads towards a depression, inferiority complex, overconfidence. Anything excess is just like a poison itself. So we are knowingly jumping into the world of darkness, anxiety, depression, stress, and whatnot. Next slide. This is one of the world of objections where we are knowingly jumped into it, and it is very difficult to remove it permanently. It is very difficult because it is sticked very rigidly to our mindset, and it's a high, you can say, we require a very high time or high level of qualities or introspection to remove it permanently. Next slide. As I'm jumping knowingly in this particular dull life, that is what one of the reasons that put me away or keep me away from the longevity of mesmerizing melody of beauty. Whatever is really good for me, I'm remaining away from it. Why? Because constantly that thought attacking on me that this person has done wrong with me or it is not appropriate and so on and so forth. So whatever potential which lies within me that I'm unable to put on the platform due to that constant attack of those thoughts, and I'm forcing all those thoughts as I'm recalling it again and again. It is again on the other side, you can say, objection one has to do. It is inevitable with all kind of enthusiasm and thrill. But which kind of objection? That when I have to fight against my evil part, my evil virtues, just like unnecessary loose temper, losing temperament, it's always bad. As we know, anger, it's not at all a bad thing. But using anger at the right place, then it may make some sense. We have to fight with external affairs, it's always easy for us. But when fighting with internal affairs, it's again a big question, a big challenge for all of us. And that is what the reason that never allows me to project myself with my real charm, with my real skills, which lies in me. Next slide. Here, I would like to talk about Dr. Himanshu Rai, who is the director of IIM Indore. He has very rightly said that it is not at all in my control to stop somebody else's thought process. Whatever they are talking about me, it is not at all in my control, right? And even if it is none of my business. So what I have to do? I have to prioritize myself. I have to prioritize myself. I have to seek freedom. And freedom from what? Freedom from ignorance. Which kind of ignorance? That knowingly numbers of things I'm doing in a wrong way. Right? Freedom from violence of thoughts, whatever unnecessary thoughts, wrong thoughts, which are attacking on me, that is disturbing my life, that I have to keep away. And yes, I have to control my unnecessary disturbed emotions. That is very important. So he very rightly said at the last that I have to be my best friend. I have to be my best friend. Normally, it has been observed in the society that numbers of people are unhappy. Numbers of. Why? Because we need somebody else to certify us. We need somebody else to tell, yes, you are very good. You are generous. You are gentle. Why we need somebody else's certificate? Are those certificates are going to give happiness, going to spread happiness or give us a smile on our face? Ask yourself. I think it is not at all. So let me certify myself. I have Almighty within me, and it is lies in everybody's heart. So let that Almighty decide whether I am a particular person that required or it is good to whom I can provide certain kind of a set. So that is what I have to take care. Next slide, please. Along with this controlled and uncontrolled situation, now it's high time of transformation. Which kind of transformation? It's a transformation within transformation. Introspection. Why? Because we all are having our profession, our life full of stress, and due to that, it brings anger. So it is very difficult to manage our anger in certain point of time, as we are unable to maintain it. Just like a blast, it brings chaos in our life, and we are projected in a very wrong way. That's called objection. Academic difficulties. Numbers of my teachers are there who, even if numbers of people who joined this session are from the teaching field, they know academic difficulties, not only one side but from the both this side, and sometimes knowingly it is very difficult to maintain. Fine. So here transformation is required. Due to that imbalanced situation, anxiety and depression are also giving support to this journey. Also, they are working with us hand in hand. So how we are able to balance if uh, continuously, if objections are going on? Balanced mode, meditation, all these things are now become the higher requirements for all of us. Along with this, electronic gadgets, you can say more, electronic gadgets addiction, and that brings a very high change in the behavioral pattern of all of us. And lockdown, thanks to COVID, that make you aware about importance of online education system, and also make you aware that if something goes against our nature, we are going to object. For example, kids, numbers of kids right in the society, as remaining at home continuously, it's against their nature. For them, playground is their, you can say, one of the best friends. Moving with friends, playing in the school with friends, talking, all these are there as a part of their regular life. As suddenly it shut down, and that is what the reason they became so rigid. They started to show their anger, they started to show their objection. Why? Because they are not fitted in this particular situation. On the contrary, gadgets, electronic gadgets, as we all are some or other way addicted with this gadget. Fine. And that has also changed our psychological and behavioral pattern at a very drastic way. So consciously, numbers of things are doing in a very wrong way. Next. Here, I would like to share two real-time situations, two stories. Number one, Steve Jobs, when he addressed at a Stanford University convocation session, where he talked about three stories of my life. And in the third story of his life, he very rightly said that, as I said earlier, numbers of people in the society are suffering from certain level of mental disease called, if I'll do certain kind of a thing, if I'll project certain kind of things, what other people will say? Are they going to object? What are they going to talk about me? Even if it happens in the classroom also. Students from vernacular medium students, they always say, what other students will think about me if I'll answer in this way. Fine. So he very rightly said that if I want to be happy, I have to wear my own spectacles, which should be genuine one. I have to wear my own shoes. If I'll wear somebody else's spectacles, that image that I'm watching, I'm looking, I'm seeing, it may be blurred. It may be blurred. If I'm trying to adjust my leg in that somebody's shoe, I may not get speed while walking. It damage my foot one or other way. So let me have my own properties only. Fine. Let me break my internal biased wall for myself first of all. So let me be for myself. Let me be my best friend. Let me live at least for myself. And because at the end of the day, our soul, which lies within us, should able to tell us that yes, we have done something good. At least we get a chance to live on this earth. And during that day, we have projected ourselves in a good way, where interpersonal communication, that means communication within, that's very important. Now, here, before moving to the next part, let me share you how a particular idea of a boy is projected in a very fruitful manner. It's a story of a boy from Mumbai, Malad area, third year engineering student. Now, what happened normally that morning time is always very peak up hours for especially mothers. They have to drop their kids on the bus stop. They have to or to the school. They have to prepare tiffins. They have to prepare snacks for their kids and family members and routine stuffs. So there is a bus stop where some of the mother used to drop their kids for that particular school, and always they are in rush only. So idea came to his mind that how can I respond to this situation? On the contrary, if we are instead of that person, it's a normal situation. But he had a thought, how am I able to project my views in this situation? After a long time, he had an idea and he made a software, signal sensor based software that will goes like this. For a piloting study, that particular software that was given to a particular school where a database was prepared. So whomsoever are enrolled and avail transportation facilities, accordingly database was prepared. As and when that child go into that bus, parents getting message, your child is now in the bus. Even if sitting arrangement is also fixed, as and when the child sit on that place and get received a message, the parents received a message that yes, your child is seat on his seat. Now reaching to the school doesn't mean that students are going to the class. It's not possible for everyone, fine. So as and when bus entered and stop, then get a message, now bus is entered in the school campus. And the final stage, that informing parents that yes, your child is in the right class. So this particular, you can say very small thought, but that is facilitate numbers of parents that release that reduce their tension related to their child facilities in terms of transportation. And you cannot imagine this particular software that was sold in that particular Silicon Valley at USA more than 1 billion, more than 1 billion US dollar. It's amazing projection of a particular thought without any objection, and that is what the reason it is highly welcomed. Next slide, please. These are some of the affirmations that also help me, that how I have to project without any objection. Some of them that I'm going to tell you, that is, my thoughts are under my control. So let me be my own master, not a slave. Fine. Because objections came when I became slave of a certain situation. Unnecessarily, if I'll surrender myself, I'm unable to control anything. I am an open channel for endless creativity and wisdom. Yes, I'm one of the superpowers and which lies within me. So I'm able to do numbers of things. I have the power to change my life by changing my thoughts. My potentials to succeed is infinite. Sky has no limit. Fine. So this is what that has to be taken care. Last but not the least, next slide. So lastly, I firmly believe that the world is always worshipping to the rising sun, not to the setting sun. Fine. So let us celebrate our sunrise as we have one more day to live on this earth. And we also have to celebrate that sunset as we lived throughout the day without any objection. Fine, we have tried our level best to project ourselves in a very positive manner. Fine. Thank you. Thank you very much, all of you. I hope you have enjoyed this session. Thank you very much.
Thank you, madam. Any participants want to have any questions, you may ask, or you may share your feedback or suggestions of the session.
Thank you, ma'am. Nice to hear you.
Welcome. Welcome. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much for your wish.
I am Atul Shah speaking from Goa, and it's a very fine topic and very well explained. Very nice stories, Dr. Amita Patel, and the stories
very
helped
much,
us
sir.
link with the topic. And we congratulate Team Anand. They come up with wonderful topics. So wish good luck to you and to Team Anand and the presidents. Okay, thank you very
much, sir.
much. It was a joy sharing.
Thank you.
Any other participants want to share anything? Okay, ma'am. So on behalf of ISTD Anand chapter, I thank you, Dr. Amita Patel madam, for this wonderful session. She has covered with the beautiful stories as well to make it clear. It was very kind of a presentation with a short time, but with a deep messages, right, to all of us. And hope
thank you, sir, for giving me this platform. Thank you very much. And thank you, all of you, as you have listened to me. Yes, Maulik, thank you.
Yeah, so thank you all the participants who joined us today for this session. We see you next week with the different speaker and different topic. You can use the same link to join this session next Friday as well. Right. Thank you everyone for joining us.